I would like to share how I deal with toxic people because, I've certainly run into plenty of toxic people over the years. Friends, family, people within my life, acquaintances, just people, random people who end up messaging me and whatever. Dealing with toxic people is never an easy thing, especially since I've realized I'm a very kind and generous person. I'm someone who, when I'm close with someone, it's like I want to have them feel happy. So it's like I've had to put my foot down under multiple circumstances and be like, I can't really be that way because I've realized people take advantage of certain things. They really do. Asking me for all this sort of stuff, and then just, when I ask something in return, usually I don't ask for anything from anyone personally, actually. But if I were to, it's like, nah, no. It's like, but they're fully fine with asking me for a bunch of other stuff. Here's the thing. Here's probably one of the best ways I deal with toxic people. So if there's someone like that one woman who was just yelling at me non-stop, I just wouldn't react. I wouldn't show any sort of reaction. I really wouldn't. Now, this can be very hard for a lot of people, but imagine there is a bully or someone who wants to constantly get under your skin and make you feel bad. And they're constantly saying all this stuff to you. They're trying to initiate a fight. And you just sit there like, do you know how angry they would be to see you just not react at all? They want that reaction. They want to see you feel bad. They want to aggravate you and get you angry and riled up to the point where you start fighting back and yelling back. But no, you just sit right there and just nothing. Or, you can give them a smile even. Someone's screaming at you, yelling at you, and you're just like, maybe you're just kind of like this, Maybe this is how your face is. Someone's screaming and yelling at you, and you're just like this. Okay? What are they going to do, huh? What are they going to do? They're not going to be too happy with that. They really aren't. But that is the whole point. That's the whole point. By you giving them any sort of fuel, you're trying to initiate a fight. So I don't react the way that they would want me to. I don't. I'm just like that. Okay? That's how I am. That's how I am. I don't get into any sort of confrontation or argument for the most part. It's like I've realized over the years, like if someone says something starts to aggravate me, I just pull back for a moment. It's like you're right here in the ego. The ego is like wants to just come out and just start saying stuff. But I'm like, hold on, pause. Pause for even just 5 seconds, and it helps tremendously. Just like pause. You feel that start to come out. It's like, nope, pause. And then just in that 5-second window, you can start to feel the ego shrinking as you become a bit more calm about the situation. That's something that is very useful, but it is a technique that requires some time for you to really learn how to utilize. So start practicing it, because that is something that I do. Now, of course, that's going to be, well, I mean, it also does apply to messages as well, because I was about to say, maybe it only applies to like face-to-face or like video conferencing stuff. But no, it actually also applies to text messages or any sort of other message, that you're interacting with people. Because Someone sends you a message, they're all angry and aggravated. You read it and you're like, ah, send. And then they're also like, send. You know, it's just like anger. And it's like, it's even easier with a text message. Just put your phone away for a little bit. You know, it's like, why do you have to look at it? Why do you have to be so attached to it and just reply immediately? Just put it away for a few hours. That'll make them really angry, right? That'll make them really angry. Or maybe wait a few days, or don't even reply at all. You know, that'll make them really angry. So that's just something that, the way that I look at it as, if someone's projecting toxic, negative energy to them, I'm going to be like a mirror, and I'm going to reflect it right back out at them. Not in the sense that I'm going to absorb it and do the same thing back to them. No, it's just going to bounce off of me and go right back to the target. It's not going to impact me at all. I'm not going to take any sort of action. It's just going to reflect right back to them, because it's their reflection that they see. They will look at me, start to do all that stuff, and the reflection of them will go right back to them, because I don't have to do anything. I don't need to interact. I don't need to engage. I don't need to do any of that sort of stuff. So that's something to learn. Something to learn. I don't let that negativity influence me. The moment that you let it influence you, when I've let it influence me, you just feel really bad. You feel taken advantage of. You feel as though you're not worthy. You feel as though it's just like, why am I being treated like this? And I'm allowing it. It's like, why? Why are you letting those people walk all over you? That's something that I've had a realization of. It's like, I deserve better than this. I don't deserve this. You know, and then perhaps in some sort of situations, there have been people that I have had to just distance myself from. That I've had to I just cannot communicate with them anymore, because it's just so negative. Constantly talking about negative things, constantly bringing up negative things. Even people that they just kind of sneak in some sort of smirky comment about something. You know, kind of like, for example, let's say that you love mice, okay? You know, here's a mouse right here. Here's also a mouse right here, okay? Let's just say a friend of mine knows that I love these mice and everything, okay? They know all that. But then sneakily, they're saying to me, like, gosh, can you believe those people who love mice? I mean, they are the most vile and evil, disgusting people on the face of the earth. And they know that I like the mice here. But they're not saying it to me. They're not saying to me, you are a vile, evil person because you like these mice. No, they're basically saying, gosh, people who like mice are just like, oh. When they know. So it's almost like they are saying it to me directly. And it's like, well, I don't like that. You know, it's like, why would you say that, knowing the circumstances? Another example, this one does not, you know, this is probably a more common example for other people as well, but imagine, you know, perhaps you have a certain religion or a certain political belief, and you have friends around you who know your religious preference, know what you do, know your political affiliation, and they're saying things about you, not directed at you, but about the things that you believe. And it's like, that is so negative. That is so bad. It's like, why are you doing that when you know that that's going to affect me, because those are the things that I believe. So it is a very negative situation to be in. And, you know, you have to be able to communicate. And if you're not able to communicate, you know, you have to distance yourself. I've had to distance myself from some people as well. So that's how I deal with some of these toxic people. You know, just put on that face, and that's all you need to do.